It is very clear this is our vaccine for the Omicron variant should be a 3-dose vaccine.
The booster will not stop the pandemic.
Now we know that 2 don't work, we know that 3 do.
So guess what, folks? There's now going to be a 4th jab.
A vaccine on its own will not end the pandemic.
And we know that the 2 doses of the vaccine offer very limited protection, if any. The 3 doses with a booster.
It will go down in history of malfeasance, wrongdoing by those of authority.
So, when your government scientists tell you that a variant that's 0.3% different from SARS can masquerade as a new virus and be a threat to your health, you should know, and I'm telling you, they are lying.
We've been getting that vaccination that protects us and stops us infecting others. It doesn't protect you against catching the disease, and it doesn't protect you against passing it on. Get that jab.
We know that serious side effects from the COVID vaccines are very rare, but for my constituent Sarah Kite, that wasn't the case.
I just want to reassure him and indeed to reassure the House and the country that cases such as the very sad one that he raises are extremely, extremely rare.
Cases such as the very sad one that he raises are extremely, extremely rare.
Stop! There's over 10,000 dead people in Europe that die on days 1, 2, and 3 after the vaccine.
As for every one person who is saved from dying of COVID, the vaccine is killing 4 people from heart attacks. These are Pfizer's numbers, not mine.
Agony and chronic pain. I went and had the second and then it got really bad.
Patient's blood was drawn 3 minutes ago, already clotting in the tube.
But as the Pfizer vaccine and the red blood cells lose their oxygen carrying capacity and the red blood cells start to clot, this is proof positive that these vaccines cause this type of damage under the microscope just simply by being added to the blood of a human being.
Oh my God.
The doctor or the people who convinced my mother at 89 to get a vaccination, 4 days of splitting migraines followed by 2 strokes and a heart attack.
It's affecting people in all kinds of adverse ways because it is still experimental. People are not even being properly informed that it's experimental.
The way they're coping with the injuries from these vaccines is to pretend they don't exist.
Do you want to tell the world about the MCAR reporting scheme? And why we've had over 1,700 deaths and that, and why there's been over 1.2 million adverse reactions, and why there's children dying from this vaccine.
And I'm afraid it is now clear that 2 doses of vaccine are simply not enough. And I'm afraid the UK's 4 chief medical officers raised the COVID alert level to 4.
I'm also pleased to announce that today that we've signed contracts with Pfizer and Moderna to get an additional 114 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines.
But a 3rd dose, a booster dose, provides strong protection.
I accelerated this purchase in light of this new variant.
And we know that the 2 doses of the vaccine offer very limited protection, if any. The 3 doses with a booster.
We can show 45,000 deaths in 72 hours from this vaccine.
Get that jab.
It will go down in history of malfeasance, wrongdoing by those of authority.
And that, after all, is the teaching of Jesus Christ.
The variants are not different enough to represent a threat to you, so you do not need top-up vaccines, because there's absolutely no possible justification for their manufacture.
A vaccine on its own will not end the pandemic. The booster will not stop the pandemic.
I know there will be some people watching who will be asking whether Omicron is less severe than previous variants and whether we really need to go out and get that booster. And the answer is yes, we do.
Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I
got to beware.
Good.